The Buddha said, "Those who bear tales sow discord often eat the flesh on their own back." People in this hell suffer and cry incessantly. After the karma for this hell is completely eliminated, they will be sent to the hell of molten copper and have their throat, heart, lung, and intestines scalded. So much suffering can occur with just the karma of speech. Those who defame the Buddha and sages, or those who create rumors or extensive conflicts, or those who cheat the elderly and kind people, cannot escape torture within this hell after their death. The hell of whipping. A creature, no matter how insignificant, is still a life form. When we whip and hurt small animals, or stamp on ants, though this creature cannot talk or fight back, the pain that they suffer are no different from that of human beings. Unsympathetic people will be flogged and severely beaten after death. Retribution follows an action, like a shadow follows a form. We must be on our guard. The hell of chopping. To satisfy their own craving for meat, people slaughter animals and chop them into pieces. They themselves will be chopped into pieces after death. As it has been said, "Mine is the painter, painting one's own karma. One has to take the consequences for one's actions." The hell of icy coldness. Putting creatures within a cold place to freeze to death. For example, putting caught fish in freezers, or freezing a person soon after death is extremely unkind. People who commit these acts will be sent to this hell. The book Yu Zun Lun Ke says that people who abuse power to bully others, and who cold-heartedly threaten others to lose hope, will be sent to this hell. Today, many unlawful people use threats to force others into submission. These lawless people will not be able to get out of this hell easily. The same applies for those who indulge in alcohol and sex, and for those who are not dutiful and unfilial to their parents. The hell of hungry ghosts. A moment of anger will cause millions of obstacles. People fall into this hell because of their greediness. Because of greed, they do not want to give. These hungry ghosts suffer from extreme hunger and thirst, and are inflicted with the burning of their bodies. They weep torrents of tears. They moan with great sorrow. As we see, the merciful Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara comes to the rescue and provides food. Should they deeply feel remorseful at this moment, they will rapidly free themselves from the realm of hungry ghosts. The hell of pus and blood. Yuli says, those fond of killing go to this hell. It is very sad and cruel sight to see animals slaughtered. Lying in their own pool of blood, they often wail and bleed to their death. How miserable that is. If it was a human being that was being slaughtered, wouldn't we be angry? Wouldn't we want to take revenge? Yuzhen talks about people who use tricks and cheat others of their wealth. For example, those who cheat old people to take possession of their money and belongings, to cause these people to live or die miserably. They are guilty of the most heinous crimes, like vampires. They will be forced into this hell to pay their retribution. The hell of urine and feces. This hell is filled with urine, feces, and boiling copper. Not only is there an unbearable smell, there are also worms in the feces, with shells that are as hard as steel. The worms enter the body when the offenders eat them. The worms feed on the person's lips and next on their tongues, throats, hearts, lungs, livers, intestines, and tendons, along with the rest of the flesh and bones. Such torment is to last for endless of times. Those who like to eat the animal's intestines will commit sinful behaviors when drunk. or betray their parents, or bring harm to their friends and relatives, or commit adultery, or abandon responsibility and use harsh language, will be summoned to this hell. While our science and technology advances, our moral and values are retrogressing. For better or for worse, we determine our own destiny. We have to act with all possible caution. The third hall, the Hall of King Songdi. This king rules the great hell of black robes. People come to this hell because of their ill thought, resentment, ignorance, and fondness for killing. Those who are forced into this hell are engulfed by the rage of hot flames and are bound with black ropes. Then they are pushed onto a scorching ground full of sharp blades. Dogs with flaming iron teeth tear them from the sides. Their bodies are torn apart and eaten. It is miserable, and the sound of wailing is deafening. There is no getting out until the karma is cleared. If they are reborn into human form, these people will often be reborn into the lowest class of existence, and often forced to suffer from hunger and thirst. The suffering here is worse than in the great hell of life. When this karma is paid, and should there be other karma, they will be sent to other hells to clear those. Knowing such suffering exists, we must not go to the hells. The hell of pounding. One who pounds another to death with ill will be forced into this hell after their death. For example, in order to eat delicious food, one pounds fish or meat into paste or make them into balls. It is also said that there are people who often cheat and harm others. Currently, many choose to cheat the elderly, the weak, women and children, leaving them miserable and helpless. Those who cause such suffering will go to this hell. The hell of eye gouging. The retribution in this hell is cyclical. One misdeed often results in many transgressions. The more offenses one commits, the more karma one faces. Eye gouging is only one of them. The Yuzhun says that people who forge documents and defraud others of their personal belonging and property will fall into this hell. Those who commit misdeeds will be forced into the hell of black robes. Many of them will also suffer eye gouging. The hell of inversion tortures. If one tortures others, like taking pleasure in forcing creatures to walk upside down, or hanging others upside down, like those who grill prawns and fish after catching them, or those who roast pigs, lamb, beef, pork, chicken, and ducks, and so on, will be sent to this hell. Those who set up traps, hang poultry and animals upside down, or those who abduct and sexually assault their victims will also be sent to this hell. The hell of feet amputation. Yuzhun says that the strong who abuse the weak, or those who use their position of power to bully others, like being mean to their subordinates and servants, and making life a living hell for them, will be sent to this hell where their feet will be amputated, as a form of punishment. The hell of blood-sucking. Yuli says that those who use their position of power to embezzle public funds, property, and food are like blood-suckers who exploit the weak and vulnerable. Such people will be sent to this hell of blood-sucking. They will be helplessly attacked and assaulted by crows and bats. They will die from having their blood sucked completely dry. They will be revived when the wind touches them, and they will have to suffer the same agony over and over again until their karma is cleared. Then they will be sent to other hells to pay for their other sins. The hell of flesh-eating maggots. Those who commit bad and impure deeds will be sent to this particular hell. Poisonous maggots will bite and chew on them. Every inch of their skin, flesh, and every part of the body will be devoured.